The same moron who's nuttier than hooker spit, who's the same guy that sits there and stumbles and mumbles and fumbles his big trout mouth talking about we're going to and then we're going to into the crime and the bit. Shut up.
Is it not detrimental to you and the messaging that you did? And I know you've helped get some people in that were not willing to go where you went. But isn't it detrimental to you for a lot of our officials, I'm talking about in New York and nationally, Democrats, that won't do what you did and say, wait a minute, we've got to deal with the reality that whether the data says it or not, perceived unsafety is real to these people?
But no, without a doubt. And I use the acronym ICE, inflation, crime, economy. That's it. And no matter how people feel, if you don't respond to that feeling, then you are abandoning exactly what's needed. And Democrats have a good product when it comes down to public safety. They're afraid to talk about it. Right. They feel as though if you talk about supporting police, if you talk about good, strong gun laws, if you talk about going after those small number of people who are committing crime, they're afraid to articulate that. But everyday New Yorkers, particularly in the inner city, they don't want these repeated offenders. This catch, repeat, release system is just destroying the foundation of our country. And that's why we're losing in this election. 6 out of 10 New Yorkers in the Hispanic and Asian community voted Democrat, compared to 7 to 8 out of 10 last time. We are losing the base of black and brown who really believe in those basic things: public safety, housing, education. We cannot talk our way out of this. We have to be real what people are facing on the street.
So I want to, before we dig in here, so I kind of understood what he was saying. And it actually, he reminded me, because remember when he first ran, we thought, because I'm not a Democrat, right? But we thought, he was talking like he had some sense. He's saying that Democrats need to stop this soft on crime policies. He's saying that we need police. We need them to enforce the laws. Sure. He misunderstood. What he didn't say correctly, I feel, is his party is not doing that. Right. They're just not doing it. But I did like his messaging. I did like exactly what he was trying to say. I mean,
still trying to figure out what he was trying to say, or what he was saying. Because like you said, first of all, it's his party by and large who are doing the catch and release.
That's what he's saying. He's saying that he stopped that.
Hochul was elected or re-elected. Her policies are no better.
Absolutely.
Right? Not only that, he in New York, he's supporting the illegal immigrants. Bingo. He's giving them housing and whatever, SNAP benefits. So that's why I'm like, what the hell is he talking about?
Well, he's talking about, and again, I do disagree with him on the illegal immigration thing. But as far as crime, he gets a lot of pushback on crime in New York City from progressives. They feel like he's actually too tough. He brought the police into the train stations. They were upset about that. They're saying that he's too pro-police. So I get kind of what he's trying to say, but his party is just not on board with any of that. Right.
If you are being assaulted in the subway, are you looking to call a therapist at that point? Like, who we calling, right? The same moron who's nuttier than hooker spit, who thought it was a good idea to take ATVs, illegal ATVs that were seized by the city of New York, and then compile them and then destroy them instead of selling them and making that money in order to put back into New York. This is the same guy that sits there and stumbles and mumbles and fumbles his big trout mouth talking about we're going to and then we're going to into the crime and the bit. Shut up. He is not viable. He is a joke. Just like 90% of these so-called Democratic black mayors are a joke, right? I'm from Philly. I got to say that the Democratic mayor that we got now, Sherelle Parker, is by and large much better than the last guy we had, who on July 4th, after a Jason Derulo concert, got shot up on the Parkway, said, "Oh, I can't wait to not be mayor anymore." And the reporter was like, "Wait, what? You don't want to be mayor no more?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I don't want to be mayor." No. Like, everywhere you look, when you have huge cities like New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Detroit, and they have mayors that are Democrats and or black Democrats, the city goes to absolute
Here in Baltimore.
full crap.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. So yeah, no, he's trash.
It was word salad, honestly.
Thank you.
It's like, what the hell are
He
you
was
talking
saying
about?
we have a good product. Product is something that you see. You see what is going. Product is not good. If you have crime, if you have catch and release, these people are repeating offenders. You have people being robbed on the street, shot. I mean, that's your product.
Right.
So what is he talking about?
I think when he was saying product, he was talking about the means to do what they need to do. I think he was talking about
They
the
have the
police.
means?
He was talking
That's
about
not
they
a
have
product. Well,
police.
They had the resources.
Yeah, they have the tools.
resources, right?
Yeah,
tools.
they have the
I think that's what he
tools
was
Well,
saying.
I haven't
to
been
get things done, and then he is saying how things should be.
Right.
But that's just what politicians do.
Right.
They just say how it should be, but they don't do anything about it.
I haven't been to New York this year. I think it's been about a year since I've been. But under his policies, from what I'm reading and hearing, New York City has gone to shit in
Well,
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really a shame. I mean,
Well, they say it's mostly the DA. I mean, the DA is not enforcing the laws. Alvin Bragg, when he came into office, he said, just like our DA here in Baltimore, he was not going to enforce a majority of felonies, including he reduced a majority of felonies, including violent crimes, to misdemeanors. He also, from 2021 to 2022, Manhattan's 7 major felony offenses: murder, rape, robbery, assault, burglary, grand larceny, and grand larceny auto rose 26%.
Right.
He also, like our old DA here, was not prosecuting prostitution, trespassing, resisting arrest, and most misdemeanors.
Well, because they wanted to bring down the statistics of crime, and specifically of people of Black people or people of color. They wanted to bring down those statistics, and that's why they decided to not prosecute certain crimes. But what happens as a result is that those same people in the poor communities, Black communities, they're the ones who are suffering from these types of policies, because crime just rises. Just like the immigrants know when it's time to come into America, when things are lax, the criminals know also where to go to commit crime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked earlier about that Venezuelan national that shot the police officers.
Right.
My family is from Trinidad, and Venezuela borders Trinidad, and they have terrible issues with Venezuelans. I mean, coming over there, they ruined the country. Venezuela had all that,
they had wealth.
rich and wealth,
and
then they got communism over there and ruined it, and now they have these Venezuelans coming over to Trinidad and Tobago, and they are tearing it up, robbing and everything.
Wow.
So,
I mean, it's parasitic mentality. The thing is that, yes, there are some amazing people from Venezuela who are anti-communist.
right, yeah.
But then at the same time, majority of them did vote for their communist leaders and for communist ideals. So they still have this in their mind that somebody owes them. The government needs to give them stuff, that they don't need to work for things. And so then they go to another country and they bring the same kind of mentality.
Right, yeah. And